Hi everyone, knife discussion in this video. I just got a new knife, so I always frame this as it's not a review because I haven't really used it and or played with it for a while. So just got it, but I always like to share my initial commentary because I think your initial reaction to things is typically kind of how it's going to be over the long term is usually correct. So I always like to capture what I think about it when I first get the knife. So what it is the zero tolerance 0300 knife. This is the knife that was designed by Ken Onion and Strider, and you can see the box here, the model number 0300 Strider/Onion folder black, and it came with pretty cool packaging, just nice box. Bubble wrap and paperwork and a receipt and everything. I got this one off of Amazon, which is a spot that I normally don't use for knife buying, but they had it, I think it was shipping direct from Kershaw, and they had it, and it was actually the lowest price on the internet, even better than some of my normal buying spots. So things change all the time, so do check around. Alright, well, first off, it's a big knife. There's a lot of videos out there about this knife, so you can check those out too. There's some really good ones. But this has been on my wish list for a long time. I just haven't bought it because I knew it was a big knife, and I wasn't going to carry it or anything like that. So, but I thought it was always really cool. And for the money relative to other higher end knives out there around what you get a lot with this knife. So what does that mean, right? You have the titanium backside, okay, and you get the frame lock. You get an adjustable pocket clip, which I have not changed yet. And you get the cool kind of charcoal black finish of the handle. You get the black blade. You get the G10, which has a really nice texture on it. You get a very thick pivot screw. You get a pretty thick blade, very thick blade stops, heavy blade stops, and you get the lock bar stabilizer stop, so it prevents you from moving the frame lock out too far and it going past this lock bar stop. And so anyways, you get a lot of cool features for I'll say a less price relative to Striders or Hinderers out there, right? It's still $200+ knife, but as far as the features you get, it's a pretty good deal relative to those other ones. See how thick that backspacer is? It's pretty cool. It's definitely, when I first picked it up, this is a heavy duty workman's knife. So it was kind of a surprise there. The speed safe in here is exactly like that is in the Blur. I'm tongue-tied today. So it's kind of odd. Do you really need a speed safe knife for this thick beast of a blade and handle? No, but it's pretty cool. It's a little bit, because it weighs a lot and the handle is wide, the speed safe is very good to use through the flipper. But I've noticed when you close one-handed, there's pressure here, right? There's tension that you gotta push through to close the blade one-handed, and you gotta be a little careful there so it doesn't fly open and stab you in the foot or whatever. Specs. Usually don't do the specs, but I will read them to you. S30V blade, G10 and titanium. The blade length is 3 3/4 inches, so it's one of my bigger knives. Similar to the Spyderco military in length and the Benchmade 710. Similar, not exactly. Closed length is 5 1/4 inches. Overall length is 8.5 inches. The weight on this thing is 8 ounces, so that is a big, heavy-duty knife. Okay, so those are the specs. The original company is Kershaw, which they have a secondary line, zero tolerance branding. And I have to say, it's a very nice knife. It's either exactly what I was expecting or maybe even a little bit better. I would say fit and finish wise, very nice, very good. May not be able to see that okay, but the blade alignment as it's shaking is perfect. It's very nice. The flipper mechanism, it's, you know, for the heavy blade, heavy components of this, it doesn't flip things out super fast, but it's, you know, I knew that before I got it, and it does just fine. There's no blade wiggle at all. There was zero imperfections with the handle anywhere or the titanium, and absolutely nothing wrong with the blade. I mean, no chips in the black coating. All logos look perfect. And then, of course, the blade itself, amazing sharpness. I mean, this is one of the few knives that I've received that, you know, you can just kind of feel the blade and know that they'll mess with that. It was extremely sharp out of the box. Paper is no friend of this knife. So very impressed with the sharpness. I think Kershaw has always done it pretty good with sharpness out of the box with their knives. What else can I tell you about this? I'm not seeing the date on the blade. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, the Kershaws used to have a date on their blades. Maybe they don't do that on the zero tolerance. But they got the Made in USA, SpeedSafe S30V, Ken Onion design. It has serial number or something or other on here. So very nice. I would say that not a great EDC knife just because of the weight and size. If you're, you know, work on your feet all day and you're out in the using your hands in a farm or field or whatever, I mean, I think it would probably be good for you. What else? If you're out camping or hunting or whatever, I think it would be probably pretty good if you don't mind carrying just a little bit extra weight. If you're just a city slicker, or probably not the greatest knife to carry around because the blade length and again the weight. If you're a collector like me for this one, I would say yeah, go for it. I think it's a unique knife. It's been around for a while. It comes and goes as far as availability, but you know, I like it and I'm glad I got it. And just real quickly before I run out of time, this is the Kershaw Blur, standard Blur, so you can kind of compare in size. I gotta get my Blur out more and play with it. It's pretty cool. So it kind of looks pretty small relative to the 300. The other thing I would say, it has this. Both these knives have the recurve, with this one being even more pronounced. Recurve blades are just nasty. I mean, they're, you know, everyone always knows that they're harder to sharpen, but the recurve blade, when you cut something, you start back here, and it just, because it's curved out, it just grabs the whatever you're cutting and slices more. It can be pretty nasty when you're cutting something. Definitely, if you don't want to get stuck by it yourself. But recurve blades look pretty cool, and I think they work pretty well, with downside being they're just hard to sharpen. So folks, leave some comments, check out my other videos. You can follow me at Twitter, Creative Outlet H. You can follow me on Google Plus now. Of course, stick around on YouTube as well. Later.